Hey y'all. I had to cut the sad music on, child, because we talking about Kern in here, girl. We talking about Kern Huger in here, girl. I had to cut on my eulogizing music right quick. Oh, Jesus. Y'all come on in here, child. It's a funeral, Lord. Gotta eulogize Kern Huger's freedom night. All right, thank y'all for being here, child. Everything said in the video is alleged, and in my opinion, Lord, child. By now, you guys have heard when it first came out, when the verdict was first read, child. Y'all know Caramel was out and about, but we still see how I'm so dedicated to you guys. I still went live while I was out and about trying to handle my damn business and let you guys know what the hell was going on with Karen Huger out here, girl. The Grand Drunk, the CASAMIGO queen. Yes, child. So let's get into the things out here that's going on with Karen Huger. All right, because I told y'all when I got home, when I got in my office, I was gonna be able to go live officially so that you guys can see what was going on. So we're gonna do that right quick. All right, so y'all can be in the know, girl, of what is going on. Thank y'all for coming in. Now we're gonna read the book earlier today, as I told you guys, so it won't be so late. Because I was kind of tired last night, but I was trying to push through, child. So my next live after this one, I think I might go ahead and read to you guys so we can get through this damn book. All right. Hey, somebody say yes, Caramel. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, honey. We're going to get into the news portion of this Kern Huger situation out here. Let's let it load up right quick. Let's let y'all get on in here. Ooh, child. All right, let's go, honey. Let's go.
It's 11:15. I'm Steve Shenevy, the Fox 5 newsroom. We'll get back to Lion Lunch Hour in just a minute, but first wanted to bring you this breaking news. First on Fox 5 and just into the Fox 5 newsroom, we do have a sentence for Real Housewife of Potomac star Karen Huger, just now sentenced to 1 year in jail. Prosecutors have been looking for a 2-year sentence with all but 6 months suspended. In this case, the judge made a different decision, deciding that Karen Huger should go to jail for 1 year. Now, this all goes back to the accident in which she was ultimately convicted of DUI. That accident happening in Montgomery County last year, just about 1 year ago. And then, of course, she took this to trial and was convicted in December of last year. So a few months ago, today was sentencing day. And again, that sentence coming down just a short time ago, 1 year in prison for Real Housewives of Potomac star Karen Huger. Now, Bob Barnard has been in the courtroom. We're going to check in with Bob in just a few minutes. We'll find out more as to what actually happened and transpired inside of that courtroom. Bob said it was a very, very busy place. There were a lot of people there with a sentencing. You will typically have people that will make the victim impact statements. You will hear from people on both sides who are essentially speaking on behalf of the person who was about to be sentenced. We don't know at this point until we hear from Bob if any of her castmates were there speaking on her behalf or not. We'll get all that information for you shortly. But we also know that prosecutors had been pushing the fact that she had 3 prior DUI cases in her lifetime. That's why they were pushing for at least some jail time in this case and not the full sentence to be suspended. So again, at this point, what we know from the court is that the actual jail time is said to be a 1 year sentence in jail. Waiting for the rest of the details as to whether the sentence was longer than that, with some of that time period suspended or not. You're taking a look right there on the bottom of your screen. That is the front door to the Montgomery County Courthouse in Rockville. I can let you know from what we were hearing from our reporting earlier today, there had been some question when she first arrived at court. Would she try to have a little attention, go in through the doors, have the cameras rolling, that type of thing? That did not happen. Some speculating maybe the entrance in itself, the appearance would be part of a through line, perhaps on Real Housewives. That did not happen. Essentially, she was able to go into the courthouse through a back entrance. There no fanfare, anything like that, no cameras. Just was able to essentially sneak into the courtroom that way, as we kind of keep an eye on the door there to see if anybody is coming in or out at this point, as we wait to hear more details from Bob as well. But that is what we know right now as far as the potential, well, it would be the sentence at this point after the conviction a little more than 2 months ago in December in Montgomery County. Some of the folks who are coming in and out of court, this, to keep in mind, this has nothing to do with her case in a lot of measures. She was not the only person who had a sentencing hearing today in Montgomery County. So we're going to get Bob coming in just a few minutes, and we'll catch up with Bob as soon as we do hear from him, and we get a little more information again as to who was in the courtroom, who was perhaps giving that victim impact statement. Well, it wouldn't even be the victim impact statement, but for the persons who was being sentenced at this point. And we can find out a little bit more. So we'll, he's coming out of the courthouse right now. We'll give him a second to get situated. But again, there you see on the big screen, this is some of the also exclusive video that we had from the arrest as she crashed her Maserati in Montgomery County just about a year ago. This was last March of 2024. And again, that is what led the case to go to trial. Some saying, question that decision in itself as to whether to take a plea or go to trial. She decided to take this to trial. Of course, that ended up with a conviction. And then after the conviction in December, they set today as the sentencing date. It was a fairly long court appearance today, but the end result is 1 year in prison for Real Housewives of Potomac star Karen HURGER. Bob's outside the courtroom right now, outside of the courthouse. He's made his way out of the courtroom. So let's check back in with him now and find out a little bit more. And Bob, we were just curious as to, the proceeding itself, what played out in court, how many people were in there, who was it that may have made a statement on her behalf at the hearing, and if any of her castmates were in the courtroom.
Yeah, Steve, one of her castmates, the daughter of Chuck Brown, was there. I spoke to her on the way up. She did not testify. The only person actually testified besides Karen HURGER was her husband, Raymond, who, I've got tons of notes, so I'm not going to try to read them here, but I will just kind of paraphrase, just saying that, she was a good person, worked hard in recent weeks to try to make good on what happened in March of last year. Karen HURGER herself, before the sentencing, told the judge she was sorry, that this was a wake-up call, that she was going to try to work hard on her sobriety, attend AA meetings for the rest of her life, and be an advocate for, promoting people not to drink and drive. The state had asked for 2 years of incarceration, suspending all but 6 months. But Judge Terrence McGann, he listened and seemed open to the arguments that Ms. HURGER's attorney was making. But at the end, basically laid down the law. He blasted the guidelines that the state and the judicial system here are kind of operating under, thinking that the punishment should have been more. They were very careful. Someone at one point was blogging on Reddit, so they told everybody, you've got to shut off your phones. I didn't turn mine off. I made sure it was silent. So that's when, as soon as the judge said, I'm not going to follow the state's recommendation, I'll sentence you to 2 years in incarceration, suspending all but 1 year, that the state was looking for 6 months in jail. He said, no, it's going to be a year. He said, you've had 4 offenses in the last 17 years. What are we waiting for the 5th before we actually sentence you to jail time? So as soon as they announced that it was 1 year in jail, I was able to sneak out a text to our producers. But we really stayed there for the rest of the way to see kind of what else was imposed. And there's something like $2,900 in fines and 5 years of probation once she serves a year in jail or prison. They were talking about her serving her time behind bars here in Montgomery County, but that after she gets out after 1 year, she'll not be able to drive a car at all for another year. And then when she is allowed, obviously not to drive after drinking alcohol, and that she'll need an interlock device, which is something that her attorney was offering up right away, saying that if they could see it to either have her on home detention or just on probation, that she already was willing to install those interlocking devices and attend regular AA meetings. In terms of like her reaction, not too much. When her husband Ray stood up behind her to offer testimony to the judge, she kind of looked ahead, didn't seem to acknowledge him, and then at one point was wiping away tears, and then did look back at him before he sat down. It was a packed courtroom. There's a very large courtroom here at the Circuit Courthouse here in Rockville. which a lot of big cases usually have. This was in a smaller courtroom on the 8th floor, but it was packed. The judge allowed people to stand. John McCarthy, the state's attorney, who we'll hopefully hear from at some point, was actually sitting in a folding chair in the center aisle with other people. So it was a packed courtroom. No real audible reaction when the judge, harshly sentenced Karen Huger to 1 year in jail. And she didn't really react either, Steve. And I had a chance, as I was walking out here, one of the jurors, a jury found her guilty back in December of driving under the influence of alcohol. She didn't want to go on camera, but said she was actually surprised by this verdict, had told me that was not really expecting the judge to come down as hard as he did. Again, his demeanor throughout, before he started talking, was very casual and cordial. And then he seemed visibly angry. And I have quotes in here. If you give me a second, some of the things that the judge said in imposing the sentence, were really harsh. There's all the details of the sentence. If you give me 1 second, he did mention, that there was some talk about her blaming her accident in March in Potomac on the fact that she had mixed anti-anxiety and antidepressive medications with alcohol. The judge said, you were filled to the gills with alcohol. And he blasted her for her behavior at the time of her arrest and scolding the officers. Before the sentencing, her attorney handed the judge 3 one-page letters that she wrote to each of the 3 officers who were on the scene last March 19th, right before midnight, apologizing for her behavior that night and thanking them for their service. Steve?
Just to follow up on Bob, one, you mentioned the possibility of her serving the sentence in Montgomery County. Did the judge give any further instructions as to where this sentence should be carried out? And second of all, does it start right away?
It does start right away. I spoke to John McCarthy as we were leaving the courtroom, because I wanted to get out here, and the judge dismissed everyone, but she was still standing there at the defense table. And I asked John McCarthy, does this jail sentence, whatever you want to call it, jail prison sentence, begin right away? And he said, oh yeah, it starts today. So she's going right to jail. And the judge mentioned, he didn't say like the Montgomery County Jail, Montgomery County Adult Detention Center. He said something about, you'll serve this in the state of Maryland, something, and then he said here in Montgomery County. So she is going to be, in a sense, a prisoner of the state of Maryland, but serve that, I can only presume, at the jail up in Clarksburg.
All right, we will find out. Bob Barnard, thank you very much. Appreciate your coverage, rushing out of the courtroom to bring us the latest information inside the courtroom as Real Housewives of Potomac star the Grand Dame sentenced to 1 year in prison. It was a 2-year sentence for Karen Huger, 1 year suspended. As Bob mentioned, after that, another year of not driving, a 5-year probation at the end of that sentence as well. So big news coming out of the Montgomery County courtroom this morning when it comes to the Real Housewives of Potomac star Karen Huger. We'll keep you posted throughout the rest of the day today as we learn more information, more details, any new developments. But for now, she's on her way to jail, and we're on our way to break. We'll see you after this.
What y'all think about that, child? That's all the details, all right? So I had to find that video so you guys would be in the know of what was going on with this trial, honey. That's everything that happened. Y'all got it all right there. So she can't drive for a year even after she gets out. She will be on 5 years of probation. She will have, of course, to serve 1 year, and she has to wear a device after that as well. So they on her ass because they're like, bitch, this your 4th time. We're not about to play with you. We are not about to play with you. Now, obviously, the mugshot has not been released because I have searched for it. I have not seen the mugshot, and as soon as I get it, you guys will get to see it. But I have not seen the mugshot as of yet. Yeah. So I try to give you guys as much information on this as I could. Let me get on to this because y'all know several other people were in the courtroom as well, bloggers and other people. So let's go ahead and share what was said here that I pulled from Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to them. They said Karen Huger's alleged last words while being taken into custody was, "Love you, Ray. You'll be all right." So I love you, Ray. You'll be all right. It says as Karen was being taken into custody, she yelled, "Love you, Ray. God got you. You'll be all right. God bless you." All right. So I think she knew then that this situation was very serious. We Go podcast says, I believe that they are taking her into custody right now. So she, as you guys just heard on the video, that she is definitely going into jail like immediately. It's not one of those where you got to surrender and turn yourself in on such and such date. She is immediately going into jail. All right. So the Grand Dame, baby, is behind bars. Lord, Karen, you're going to miss everything, girl. Damn. You about to miss Easter. You're going to miss, what is that? Mother's Day. You're going to miss you and Ray's 100th wedding anniversary. You're going to miss Thanksgiving. You're going to miss Christmas, girl. Like, damn. You're going to miss St. Patrick's Day. Well, you already got your green on right here. But you're going to miss St. Patrick's Day, girl. Damn, Karen. Like, you just fucked your whole life up, girl. All behind you. I pray that she gets the help that she needs, though, on a real note, like, not even laughing. I really hope she gets the serious help that she needs while she's behind bars, because she could have unalived somebody, and she would have been standing before the judge for a completely different situation. So this is very serious, and I think this is why the judge was hard on her like they were, because from what I'm hearing, in her prior DUIs when she went to court, they try to have her go to rehab, and she was saying no, she didn't want to go, so they gave her probation instead. So each time she was getting probation. So understand how frustrated the court system and the judge is by, like, look, girl, you've been in here several times, this is your fourth, and we try to get your ass to go to rehab then. But mind you, she only decided to go to rehab now most recently, like a month or so. This happened back in March of last year, and she just decided that she wanted to go to rehab. And that's only because I think she felt like, or maybe her attorneys may have told her that she may be facing some type of jail, or that the prosecutors are asking that she get 6 months or so in jail. And she now decides that she want to do that. And I feel like it was all because of manipulation. She thought she was going to be able to manipulate the court system by running to go to rehab real quick to make it look like she's really trying to work on herself. But she didn't give a fuck. She was out here running around doing what she always damn do. And it caught up with her. The judge was like, we're not giving you a slap on the hand this time. Like, fuck probation. Like, we're going for the gusto. You really should have got it. Had you really been a regular person. And I still feel like her celebrityism was able to kind of take her out of being one of those type of people that get more time than she really deserves. But I feel like her ass, if she had to been just a regular Karen off the streets, just a regular Karen out here on a regular 9 to 5, her ass would have got some serious time by that being her fourth time. Now, we also know, you guys know, the other celebrity singer, gospel singer, Leandria Johnson, her situation is coming up too, because this is her second or third DUI. Same as Karen, y'all, same situation. So she has gone and ran to rehab as well. So we're gonna see what comes of that. If she's gonna be sentenced, or what's gonna happen with her. She's gonna get probation. If they're gonna be hard on her like they were pretty much. I don't feel like they were really hard on Karen. I mean, a year is nothing, baby. That's only 12 months. And I feel like by her being a celebrity, y'all know how they do celebrities. If she have good behavior or some shit like that, they always say the jails are crowded. Yeah, okay. But anyway, so she'll probably get out on good behavior. Do I think she's gonna serve the whole 12 months? Hell, fuck no. What are we in now? Getting ready to be March. She'll probably be out by June. For good behavior. That's probably what it's gonna be. I don't really want to see nobody go to jail, but I feel like this may be a great thing for Karen, because you cannot keep doing that. Praise the Lord, she didn't unalive anybody from her prior DUIs and from the most recent one, because that accident was very bad. And I keep saying, praise God, nobody was walking outside that night on the side of the road. She would have taken them out, and her ass would have been standing in front of a judge getting football numbers. Like, Karen, you what, 61? You spend the rest of your life in prison. My heart, let me tell you who I really feel bad for, Ray. I really feel bad for Ray, because Ray now has to go a whole year without his wife. He has to go through the embarrassment, the scrutiny. He, everywhere he goes now, probably in Potomac, people gonna be like, damn, how's Karen? Why Karen out here drinking and driving? You know how people can be so cruel. You're gonna have some people who are sympathetic, and then you're gonna have some people who really rude. They're gonna say some rude shit to him. And he got to deal with that. And he had absolutely nothing to do with it. But he's kind of guilty by association by being married to her. So prayers to Ray that he kind of get through this, because it's gonna kind of be like he's doing time with her. He's just on the outside. So prayers to Ray. I mean, if he wait for her ass for a whole year, I don't know. He gonna probably be sick of her ass dealing with this. And I know he's been dealing with Karen in this damn DUI situation for quite some time. So it could not be easy. So prayers for Ray, honey, that they get through this, and prayers for Karen that she gets the necessary help she needs and stop all this fucking drinking. Because girl, it's not that much drinking in the world. All right, let me look at a couple comments right quick before we move on. It says Leandria Johnson was not arrested. Says DUI arrested. Says that she was arrested for public drunkenness. Well, That's almost the same thing. She was arrested for public drunkenness, but she was arrested for drinking, okay, and being under the influence. So they said that she is in rehab. I did read that, as a matter of fact, that she is in a rehab somewhere. Was it in North Carolina or somewhere? I think it's North Carolina or Charlotte, North Carolina, or something like that. Yeah. So, or South Carolina, or something like that. Somewhere down south, she's in some type of rehab. So yeah, still drinking. I mean, I don't want to do the word salads. Bottom line is she was drinking. All right. And public intoxication, same thing. You just, maybe you didn't get behind the car. Still, you can still be dangerous out here doing. You should not be drinking in public like that without being able to take or handle yourself. Okay. Like, that's a crime. Being drunk in public is a crime. So you got to watch that. And that goes for anybody out here. Like I said yesterday, we're living in a day and age where there's Uber, there's Lyft, there's so many other car services, and, get a designated driver, whatever. And I keep saying, I question her friends who she said she was at a friend's house drinking, and her friends let her get behind the wheel. Clearly, visibly, you can see she was fucking drunk. So y'all let her get in the, behind the wheel and try to drive home like that. What kind of friends are you to make her risk having and not just that their fault, but what kind of friends are you guys to say, hey, Karen, we're taking your keys. You're not driving tonight because this shit is dangerous. Like, you literally could unalive somebody or yourself because you are way too drunk, Karen. Like, way too drunk. 4 DUIs is excessive. Let's move on to this last and final topic. As you guys know, it is approaching. Real Housewives of Atlanta is approaching March 9th. It will be coming back on season 16. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the trailer for it so that you guys will be in the know, honey. Simon has been picked up by ICE. So Portia can be out here and do her job on the show, child, in peace and not be looking over her shoulder, honey, like Michael Jackson said, because Simon is out here damn harassing the hell out of her like he was. So
Cinderella got to wake the hell up. Soft life is over. You are a low-down, dirty individual. You can be the sweetest peach in the orchard, but not everybody can handle the juice.
This season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Hey! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Whatever you would like. I'm back, baby. Round of applause.
Ice cream looking for that royalty flag.
I've played the underdog when I can outshine the best of them.
I'm serving face. I'm serving body. I'm a Barbie.
Oh, yes. You have a sex in the engine?
Put your leg down. No, it's too much.
People would describe me as a good time. A little spicy, a little feisty.
You were trolling me, bitch.
Bitch, I was giving you what you was coming for.
I am married to NBA legend Charles Oakley. Let me make this clear. I'm married to a celebrity. My DMs are flooded.
Ooh, I'm twirling on my haters.
You
want to party? Let's go. And it don't have to be a twerk. I mean, I can twerk.
This is all about the money, money.
Welcome to Grenada.
You could find me first.
The best thing about girls trips is the camaraderie.
You know what a point of reference is?
You cut me off, Portia.
Can we just put a button in this because we got the Prime Minister coming?
Hi. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Read the room.
I'm reading the room.
You're not.
You should be ready whenever.
Whoa.
Because you already know it's coming.
Dennis is serving as my executive producer.
Dennis? Yes.
You think I'm banging Drew?
Yes or no? So who is this hoe?
Britt Edie is her name.
It couldn't go any lower.
She thinks this is okay.
That was Kenya's choice to twirl on down to hell. I don't think she came back out. No, I heard something about Charles.
She's talking about my husband. And then she was like, you know what? I should Charles.
If you don't take it on back with that 99 nose, don't do that.
Okay, Flavor Flav.
Why did you guys even get a divorce?
He took almost $500,000.
Oh.
The frauding, the scamming. It makes you think how much of it was real.
I'm trying to make music so that I can buy Rolls Royce because I heard yours might be repoed soon.
Oh, God.
I just had an ectopic pregnancy. That was the scariest thing ever.
You got to watch the dog that brings the bone.
I would like to express the things that have hurt me in our friendship. You're young. Am I boring you?
They're just coming in with grenades. Woo! Lord have mercy.
Go down.
Yep. Okay.
And now you blowing the booty.
go.
Juicy.
Little freak right there. There she go out here twerking and carrying on there. Y'all know they called her the head monster in the damn book last night. We about to get into that. Matter of fact, I might go ahead on and start reading this book after this live right here, baby, because I don't know if I can wait any longer. The book was hella juicy. Y'all come on back so we can do part 2 of the other 5 chapters of this damn book. I'm going to show y'all. People keep asking me, what book, Cameron? What book? So let me get back to my main screen. So that is our Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 trailer that is coming back March 9th, right around the corner, you guys. What, in a week? So yeah, you guys, I will be covering it, of course. Hopefully it don't be boring. Speaking of covering, you guys have been sending me messages saying, Caramel, are you going to be covering Beyond the Gates? I started watching it. I've not finished really on episode 1. Why is it kind of boring to me? Is it just me? Is it anybody else? Is anybody else into it? They keep saying Caramel is really good. It's really good. And I'm really trying to just stick with it and just stay with it. But it's not grabbing me. I mean, they said it's supposed to be like a soap opera, but I was like, bitch, maybe Victor Newman need to walk out this bitch or something. Because I don't know. Like, it's not grabbing me like it need to grab me right now. But maybe because it's just so, close to the beginning like that. So I don't know. I'm trying. I'm going to keep watching and see what it gives, honey. And we'll see. We'll see. But Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will be covering that. All right. Just so you guys know, because y'all did ask me, a few of you in the DMs, all right, if I would be covering. Yeah, somebody said TLC says it does seem for. I don't know. I've been seeing mixed reviews. They said, Cameron, oh my God, Beyond the Gates is really, really good. Go check it out. I watched it and I was just like, okay, when does it start getting good? When does it start getting good? Immediately. I told y'all it's a telltale sign when I pull up my phone and start playing on my phone. I don't care no more. So I'm trying. All right. Maybe the second episode will catch me, but part 1 is giving no. All right. And I'm just being one thou wow. All right. But this is the book. Here's the book. This is the book we're reading. All right. Angela Stanton, honey. This is the book. All right. The Life of a Real Housewives, the Angela Stanton story. Is a memoir, honey. And it's a national best-selling book as well. Okay. So we're going to read it, girl. Matter of fact, I'm about to go off here and give me a couple minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and jump on into the book because I'm ready to get into the book. All right. I know you guys are as well. Please don't forget to like this video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm drinking so much. So that you guys will be in the know. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming back for this video. Bell Wilson, KBR, Tyra, and Scorpion Miss. Thank you guys so much for modding for me. And speaking of modding, I added 2 backup mods. As I told you guys this morning in my chat, Truth TV Podcast, she is a content creator. She will be a backup mod over here with the rest of my usual mods, as well as Rose Armstead has been bumped up to a backup mod as well. So thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you. You guys should already have your wrench already because I went ahead and did that this morning. So you guys got a little, got your little wrench and gone up in there and put the people in timeout or whatever you need to do, honey. And thank y'all so much. All right, and I'll probably be appointing a little later on a few of you other ones that would want to do backup modding and help out on the channel as well. All right. So y'all just keep doing your good work, chip in if you want to. I'm watching, trust me, I'm watching. I've been watching Rose and Truth TV Podcast kind of stepping up and kind of doing their big thing and helping out. So I really appreciate it because a lot of times all of my mods aren't here because a lot of them work different hours and have other things to do with like their children or whatever, families. And that's okay. You got to live your life. But if you can't be here, then we always have some other people who can fill in. All right. Again, thank you to all the content creators that stopped by and my Caramelians for stopping by and helping out and being here in the chat as well. All right, if nothing else, let's get out of here. Let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.